some time ago, you were talking about ways that AI. So when you make a breakthrough on AlphaGo, if somebody who doesn't know might think narrowly, oh well, like what's the point? What's the big deal about this algorithm that can be better than us at Go? Is this just academic that it's okay? We've proved that we can create a machine that is more intelligent on the specific task. And at that time, you said, well, no, I mean, so that the same kinds of principles, and this also ties into something that you said more recently around, the horizontalness of these innovations, and so those breakthroughs in deep reinforcement learning for AlphaGo end up being helpful in Google's data centers, to be more energy efficient, to allocate energy more efficiently. So I don't know if you want to talk about that example a bit more, and maybe potentially build on that with other ways that AI could help address climate change or sustainability challenges.
Yeah, for sure. So as you mentioned, so you have these breakthroughs that start in research, and then you try to figure out where else can you use them, right? Like where can you transfer these learnings? And so you look at problems that have similar constraints or features. And so in the case of the data centers, right, like we realize that data centers also have a huge level of complexity. So you can think of like a machine that has many many knobs, right? And then to find the actual optimum for them, there are so many knobs that you have to turn. And over the years, right, like mechanical engineers and data center experts had been building these things and relying sometimes on heuristics of best practices, right? And so, given you can collect a lot of data and that there is a clear optimization function, reward function, if you will, there, we thought that, oh, this looks like an RL system where we can learn the optimum level of it, right? And so, working with the data center teams at Google, we run a number of pilots and then realized that once you let the machine learning algorithm take control of the load balancing and various other functions, it actually found ways to decrease the energy consumption used for cooling by 40%, which corresponds to 15% decrease in the overall energy consumed by the data centers. This is again an example of like new knowledge that humans didn't have, but that algorithms built by engineers have uncovered. And you're also right that these AI techniques can help with both adaptation and mitigation of climate change. So you can think of enabling a low carbon electricity by better grid balancing. There is also a project called Greenlight where you can help reduce transport activity, and this looks at optimizing the green light system, right? Um, you can also, similar to you can think of data center as a industry facility or building, and so you could optimize the energy consumption of a building. You could optimize supply chains. In a different vein, you can use remote sensing of emissions to, for example, protect forests from illegal logging, things like that. And then you can also predict extreme weather events. So think of flood forecasting, wildfire predictions. These are all areas where teams have been doing work and are able to help communities affected by these natural catastrophes.